Welcome to the Bo Benson Show. If you like conspiracy theories, you like what's going on in the government, you like to learn about secret societies, you like to learn about Jehovah's Witnesses, this is the perfect channel for you. Please subscribe and make a comment. Welcome to the Bo Benson Show. Okay, so guys, I want to let you guys know that there's an inquiry going on, and you've heard me talk about the connections of Jehovah's Witnesses to possibly the shooter, like the many other shooters who have been Jehovah's Witnesses, and their influences and their possible engagements with maybe possibly government agencies. So I've also talked to you guys about the connection between Jehovah's Witnesses and BlackRock and George Soros. Well, it's now come out that they are now under investigation for the possible attempt or being involved with or colluding with the shooter for the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Now, I want to be very clear. I'm not saying they actually did it or not. I'm just saying that there are some weird things that have come out, and I want to tell you, and I didn't know about these things because they just came out, and they're so relevant to what I was talking about that the video that comes out on Monday, I want you to be able to hear this part now and know that I didn't know this because it wasn't out yet, and we're just finding this out. So the company BlackRock, which is associated with Jehovah's Witnesses, and I'll just kind of re-emphasize what the video will tell you, is BlackRock says things, World Economic works with BlackRock, and Jehovah's Witnesses, basically, whatever they say, they regurgitate in their literature. I mean, literally, BlackRock says something, the World Economic Forum says something, you can count on the same day that it's being regurgitated, just like fake news. Now, this is what's really interesting. So, as I talked about it, he was a BlackRock extra, and with the BlackRock, education video. But that's not what's really damning. That's just what people caught on to, and now they realize that the day before Donald Trump's attempted assassination, BlackRock had heavily invested into Donald Trump's media and pulled their money out the day before. Now, obviously, people didn't realize this. Donald Trump didn't die. So now the Republican is running an inquiry and is investigating BlackRock's possible connection. And they're also stating that George Soros, as well as Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, are being investigated because of this strange coincidence and connection. So I just want to let you guys know this because I did not know this information, and this is so damning that I think it's important that you should hear this so you can understand what is going on with this absolutely terrible situation. Now, if that's not even weirder, once people came out and started questioning them about this, they then said that this was a data error and that they never had the amount of investments that were claimed and that this was just a misunderstanding. Now, the coincidences of that being correct, I find highly unlikely. So I just want to let you guys know that there is an excuse out there for this, but I find it to be not convincing. Okay, we'll let the image go here. So this is the official statement saying that they did not have 12 million shares, that in fact they only had 1,200. Whatever. I'm not buying it. I think they're full of shit and they're lying. Now, the reason why this is so important is when you watch the video on Monday, it will tell you a lot more information and a lot more stuff in depth. But basically, this individual is looking like that he had ties to either the FBI or CIA. Because another thing that had come out that I didn't know, and I just found this out because there's actual hearings going on with investigation right now, that the FBI did find out that this kid was able to bypass the safety features of a no-fly zone with drones. So if you know anything about drones are programmed to stop functioning in no-fly zones. It's part of the software with every single drone that's out there. So when you start having these drones and they can't fly in certain areas, so if you take a drone, you start flying over a restricted airspace, the drone will just return or not, or just land. So that means that somebody gave him access to the area for him to scope out with his drone. We also found out that he was a heavy Biden supporter, and social media companies have actually released the information about social media accounts he had because his social media presence had been wiped out. And the founder of one of these companies, which I cannot remember the name of it at the top of my head, he had very limited interactions on it. But what he did have there was very pro-Biden, pro-open borders. He basically had all the selling points of your normal Democrat, New World Order, world economic talking points, which itself, half of America does. So that's not really that relevant. But when you realize that he was associated with the CIA, then he found out that he was at the FBI like the day before or 4 days prior. And then some other things you guys will find out. You'll find out that this is really, really, really bizarre. And then when you find out the connections with BlackRock and the connections with the JWs, and then I will give you a full breakdown and understanding of Jehovah's Witnesses and how they are connected to a very influential part of our government. And I will tell you a little hint. It starts with a C. Okay, like I said, I'm not going to be making videos that much unless it's something really relevant. Obviously, what's going on with another country banning Jehovah's Witnesses and talking about removing their nonprofit status. I talked about that in this next video coming up Monday, as well as the connection with the shooter and stuff. So, just so you guys know. Okay, so obviously New Zealand is in the process of removing Jehovah's Witnesses nonprofit status, and then they won't be able to get government funding anymore, and they won't be able to get those tax breaks. So that's really, really relevant, really good news to hear about this. And one of the main reasons why this is so exciting is that Jehovah's Witnesses said that the elders and the governing body don't have any control over the Jehovah's Witnesses themselves, and lied in court, and the court called them out and showed specifically that the governing body and the elders have control over the church and that they're responsible for the child molestation and CSA issue. And Watchtower said that they're not, and said that they're going to sue New Zealand for discrimination. So that is basically all in a nutshell. I'm aware of it. I haven't fully read the documents yet, so I'm not really talking too much on it. I did make a video talking about it, but something happened to that video and it's going to be delayed. So I just want to let you guys know that I know this is really, really important, but I really think that the shooting taking place is more relevant than New Zealand, removing the little money like many other countries are doing. Now, all these things are interconnected, and I discussed it a little bit, I believe, on the video on Monday. And if not, just know that in the next video coming out, I will probably be talking about the New Zealand situation a little more in depth when I have time to deal with it. Unfortunately, I am very busy right now, and I don't have time, but I do think that these are really relevant things. The shooting and the New Zealand thing need their own separate videos, so I will do that in here in the future, probably in the next couple weeks. Thank you guys so much, and I wish you all a good life. Peace out.